everyone, welcome back. I am finally getting around to doing a review of the new by Amuse Bouche lipsticks. I know I promised a review a gazillion years ago, or at least a gazillion years ago in beauty product terms, I guess, and I'm really sorry about that. I actually did film a review a couple weeks ago, and my camera somehow ate half the footage. When I went to upload it and edit it, it was just gone. So, oops. I'm kind of not too upset about that though, because in the meantime, I have picked up another one of the lipsticks. So now I have not one, but two to base the review off of. Starting off with the packaging, because we all know how I love packaging. It's pretty much the same as their Luminous Cream lipsticks. It's just a plain matte, kind of rubberized finish. Has the Bite logo. Let me see that. Has the Bite logo on it. Very sleek, elegant. Not a whole lot to write home about. Very functional. The other one that I got is a mini, which looks exactly like all of the gazillion other minis that they have put out before. It blends right in with them. The first one of these lipsticks that I got is the color Pickled Ginger, which is sort of a bright coral pink. I'm not going to come up with any poetic descriptions for it. It's coral pink. It's what it is. And I was really excited about that one because corals are some of my favorite colors in the whole world. I also picked up a mini of Radish, which I'm guessing a lot of you may also have at this point because Sephora had it as one of their 100-point perks. And I figured, why not? And it is kind of a deep-ish magenta. It's not super bright, but it's very bold, if that makes any sense. But of course, the real thing that we all care about is the formula, because they, for whatever reason, decided to discontinue the Luminous Cream lipstick line, which was their flagship product, and replace it with the Amuse Bouche. And here's the reason that I'm glad I got to pick up a second one of these lipsticks, because honestly, after using Pickled Ginger for a couple weeks, I hate it. There's not really any nicer way to say that. This one is very thick, kind of settles into the lines on my lips. It's really difficult to apply evenly, and I tried everything, and I mean that. I tried exfoliated, not exfoliated, over bare lips, over lip balm, over primer, over lip liner. It's just, every time I try to use it, it's kind of a mess. It takes a lot of work to get it spread out evenly, and it wears off really badly. Like I said, it settles into the lines on my lips because I no longer have, well, I never had Kylie Jenner lips, but I definitely don't anymore if I ever did. And it also leaves a really weird rim around the outside and around the inside of my lip, but the surface of my lip is all patchy and streaky by 3 or 4 hours in. So I have to reapply often. It's a pain, and I was not prepared to say that this is the most terrible lipstick formula ever, but I was no longer interested in using it. That opinion kind of changed when I picked up the Radish mini, because it's like a completely different brand formula of lipstick. It does not behave the same way at all, which I think is really weird. It goes on pretty evenly. It does work better with a brush than straight from the tube, but I mostly use a brush anyway, so that's fine. It wears off evenly. It feels a lot lighter than Pickled Ginger does. Pickled Ginger is like, it feels really thick. That's because it is. It's really thick and creamy. Radish is still creamy and moisturizing, but I don't feel it every second on my lips. So after using both of them, I'm not quite really sure how I feel about the formula in general. I'm glad I got Radish because I like to try a few colors from a product line just for situations like this where the formula varies a little bit between the colors. But at the same time, I really don't like having to guess at how a product is going to behave. That's one of the reasons that I tend to go more for, mid-range to higher end products because, well, I can test them. There tends to be a little bit more consistency within a product line. And I'm really disappointed that I am not seeing that here. Bottom line, do I think I'll get more? Probably not. I haven't been to Sephora since they put up the displays. So if I see any colors that I especially like, I probably, I'm not going to avoid it like the plague or anything. But I would have to really like the color. I think overall, this particular lipstick formula is not a complete bust, but I was disappointed enough in Pickled Ginger that I'm not really inclined to try it again. I know that differs a lot from what other people have said online, and I've seen some photos, lip swatches and stuff that are really gorgeous. It just does not have that same result for me. But not everything can be a winner. If you've tried these and completely disagree with me and love them, or if you also thought that they are not quite all they were hyped up to be, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye.